Hello there everyone, your fluffy armchair Admiral Latter is back with some more hot ship action. And here we are, finally. Alpha 4 patch has dropped in about a week ago, or a little bit over a week ago. As I promised, the previous video was made still in Alpha 3 patch. I hope you enjoyed the battle. And today we are going back with Alpha 4 patch and with some new missions that are coming with the patch. So, it won't be a surprise for you, probably, if you will see today's mission. We are taking out one of the new missions, which is called German Pride, and our mission or our task will be to sink British battlecruiser during what is similar setup to Battle of Denmark Strait. So we will try to design, or actually I managed to already build a Bismarck class battleship, which you can probably see on your screens right about now. So let's quickly go through the build so we won't lose too much time of this video. It displaced between 41 and 50,300 tons depending on load and time periods. When it was initially launched, it displaced only 41,000 tons. While loaded heavily, it could go up to 50,300 tons as far as I remember, and that is numbers for Bismarck itself. Design speed was 30 knots, and both Bismarck class battleships, which is Bismarck and Tirpitz, managed to actually exceed that speed, which is very good. Their operational range was around 8,500 nautical miles, which I would say it's pretty much mediocre. But those ships were designed to be fast, not to operate in too long distances from home ports, even though they could go quite far. When it comes to bulkheads, I gave Bismarck many bulkheads because she had like 23 or 24 reinforced watertight compartments that were also acting as a torpedo protection in some sort or in some ways. I have no information about any other torpedo bulges, hence why I gave only just basic torpedo protection to this build. She had plenty of auxiliary engines of all sorts, either they were diesel and turbo electric, so that's why this build is getting turbo electric drive as an auxiliary engine. The weak point was definitely shafts that have proven fatal for Bismarck shortly after Battle of Denmark Strait. The main propulsion was coming from geared steam turbines with some high pressure boilers fired with oil. Right, when it comes to protection, I gave this build Crab 3 armor. I couldn't find exact info about type of armor used. I got some armor values that I will read out later, but when it comes to type of armor, I have no clue which type was the most appropriate for this build, hence why I went with Crab 3. I think Crab 4 would be for like H-class battleships if we would ever design one of them. Same goes to barbettes. They were definitely armored enough to sustain some hits from heavy artillery shells, but I would expect some like drawbacks or giveaways in that regard, so hence why I didn't went for barbette 4. 83% of length of the hull was equipped with double hull bottom, hence why I've selected this option. Reinforced bulkheads were mentioned before, and anti-float 3, so we can pump up the water if we get hit by a torpedo or penetrating hit that will actually cause flooding. Obviously, when it comes to Citadel, turtleback armor scheme was the thing, and it is a thing. When it comes to ammunition, I selected super heavy shells, even though we can go for any single one of those, but super heavy shells will definitely enhance our experiences, and basically each navy can decide on its own, so that's for my discretion. Same goes to the loads. I'm going with a heavy load, so I'm taking a little bit more ammunition than usual. It's mostly because Battle of Denmark Strait happened because Germans were preparing for like an Atlantic raid. They were trying to sneak out from British blockade. Unfortunately, they got discovered by Swedish destroyer, which eventually passed out information that 2 German heavy ships are leaving one of the Norwegian ports, I think, or those were, yeah, Norwegian ports, and eventually British Navy got that transmission, and they started to chase behind or chase after Bismarck and Prince Eugen that was assisting her at that time. Anyway, enough of histories. When it comes to propellant, Germans were using tube powder, which was basically their signatory propellant. They used that for many of their guns. Don't be mistaken, the propellant that is used to actually fill in the shells themselves was a TNT. However, the propellant used to fire a gun was tube powder in this case, or it was basically like evolving version of ballistids, because initially that was ballistids, which is nitrocellulose and nitroglycerin in some sort of mix, which later on after World War I evolved into tube powder or cordite or any other of these types, because each nation was using their own variation. But yeah, tube powder seems to be the most accurate for German Navy or German Kriegsmarine. When it comes to turrets, their traverse was automatic, centrally or remotely controlled from firing director or firing directors like hatch or points in superstructure, so he could basically point where we are supposed to, or where gunners were supposed to fire, without the need to have superior amount of crews inside the turret. Hence why this space was later was basically occupied by machinery that was helping those crews to reload the guns faster. Originally, Bismarck could reload its guns 3 times a minute, or up to 3 times a minute, which was proven by some sort of sea trials before she was sent into any sort of mission. However, during Battle of Denmark Strait, Bismarck averaged 1 shell per minute. Anyway, enough of history. Again, I'm drifting out of topic. When it comes to rangefinder, I couldn't decide which one to take, but considering that Bismarck and Tirpitz were quite modern for their time, and they had quite unique and superior fire control compared to other allied nations, I decided to give Bismarck a credit and give it a stereoscopic rangefinder 5, even though it might be a little bit overpowered. When it comes to radio, I gave her improved radio telegraph. I'm not sure if she was equipped with radio direction finder and all sorts of that stuff. She was definitely equipped with 3 radar masts. However, I'm struggling with decision if I should take Gen 1 or Gen 2. Obviously Gen 2 would improve my accuracy, and it would greatly increase my chances of sinking that British battle cruiser. However, I'm a little bit afraid that if I would select Gen 2, it would be a bit overpowered compared to British Navy. So I will go with Gen 1. Hopefully that won't make this build a little bit underpowered instead. Right. Going to armor. We got 12.6 inch main belt, which extended to fore and aft part of the ship, and it was like 8.7 inch thick when it comes to armor belt. Don't be mistaken with like an upper armor belt, which was, I think it was 5.6 inch thick. So that's this upper part, whereas main belt is located pretty much at shortly above like waterline and at waterline. So that's gonna be main armor belt. Deck. Bismarck had quite unique deck composition because it had multiple decks. So I gave a total numbers for all decks that were present. In thickest part, they were 6.7 inch thick, and that counts for standard deck, which was 2 inch thick, and armored deck that was underneath, which was up to 4.7 inch thick. Same goes to deck extended. Again, standard 2 inch deck plus armor deck that was underneath, which was as low as 2.4 inch on forward and back end of the ship. Conning tower, again, highest value was 14 inch for Bismarck, so that's what I selected. Same goes to turret. Turret faces were protected by 14 inch of armor. Turret tops were protected by 5.1, and secondaries, which were quite unique, and they were heavily protected. In fact, heavier than British Navy's secondaries. German ones had 3.9 inch face protection. Right, so last thing that we need to cover is armament. So main armament, it's 4 double 15 inch turrets in super firing position, 2 turrets at the front of the ship, or 4 guns at the front of the ship, and 4 guns at the back of the ship. As a secondary armament, we got 12 6-inch guns. Originally those were 5.9 inch guns, mounted in 6 double turret mounts, 3 on each side of the ship. That was supported by 16 4.1 inch guns, again mounted in double mounts. It was 8 of such, 4 per side, and same goes to 1.5 inch AA guns. There was also like 16 of these guns. They were replaced by 2 inch guns, which is the lowest caliber we can go for. And again, there is 4 double turrets per each side of the ship. And that's pretty much it when it comes to armament. Obviously, as I'm redoing ship class instead of particular ship in the class, I could easily smack in a torpedo tube to represent more Tirpitz side of build instead of Bismarck side of build. But I decided that I won't be doing such thing. However, yes, even though when ships were commissioned, both Bismarck and Tirpitz didn't have torpedo tubes, later on during refit, Tirpitz received quadruple torpedo tubes. Right, so that is it when it comes to builds. I would like to remind you that if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button to get notification every time I upload a new video. Also, don't forget to share your comments down below. Alright, so when we got this covered, let's begin the battle, because that might take a while. We might be lucky and score a lucky hit on HMS Hood or whatever is going to represent Hood, or we might be unlucky and we might get destroyed ourselves. So what do we have when it comes to battle heavy cruiser that is accompanying us? It's Prince Adalbert, very close, and right, and she is going to screen for us. I will reduce speed of my heavy cruiser to 20 knots, and I will go down to 20 knots with the Bismarck. And hopefully, thanks to this strategy, I will be able to sink the enemy. I got 1080 15-inch shells on board of my ship. Right. For now, I will hold my fire when it comes to main armament, and I will set my speed, set the game speed to times 30, so I can get closer to the enemy. Okay, Prince Adalbert is following me, and she is screening for me, which I really enjoy. I don't want to get too close to the enemy. I just want to spot them and hopefully see what they are up to. Okay, enemy managed to spot me instead. I still haven't spotted the enemy. Wow, and I'm getting really badly hit. Finally, I managed to spot the enemy, or spot something that appears to be enemy battleship. Wow. That is unexpected, in fact. Right. I think my strategy for this battle would be to... wow, that is heavy fire. I will try to cause my enemy to fire a significant amount of their ammunition before I will engage, which might prove to be... oh, you know what? Nah, let's just open fire. Right, I'm playing on 5 times 5 speed. I should be alright with that. I will try to reduce my maneuvering to the bare minimum. Right, 18.6 kilometers away from enemy battleship. My heavy cruiser decided to go on their own. Oh dear, again. She managed to draw all the attention on herself. And not only that, but she's also way slower. Wow. I really hate when that happens. Right. Anyway, Bismarck is no longer under fire, so I can focus my fire on enemy battleship. But Prince Adalbert is being hit really bad by enemy fleet. That is unbelievable. Right. Funny thing about this battle is that I just got 12% chance to hit enemy battleship. They are really fast. Prince Adalbert seems to be hit every single time, while at the same time I barely can hit the enemy. I'm not sure why is it working like that, but I am hit really hard by the enemy and I can't retaliate properly. Right. I will focus my fire on enemy heavy cruiser in hope to actually sink her. However, considering the volume of fire that is coming onto Bismarck, I don't predict a high chance of success. Okay, I managed to score some good hits on enemy cruiser, and hopefully she will soon be going down under. Come on. Okay, that's one of the enemy cruisers down. Endymion is next. Okay, first hit, first serious bit of damage. Endymion is sinking slowly. Battlecruiser Devastation is actually, yeah, she is really doing a lot of damage to me. However, I managed to hit Endymion, and hopefully I will be able to sink her, especially that she is equipped with 11-inch gun, which is proving to hurt me really bad. So getting that out of the game would be really good for us. Okay. Prince Adalbert is in fact doing a good job. Okay, he scored a hit on enemy destroyer, I think. So I am hoping, ouch, I am hit really hard by enemy battleship. However, she is running out of ammo, and that might be my chance. However, that's not all, because enemy battlecruiser is having quite a lot of ammunition. Way more than I would like her to have, in fact. And she's really accurate. I'm not going to lie, but that is way over the top. Yeah, that is absolutely over the top. She's like, yeah, 9%. Are you kidding me? Okay, the mission is over because my cruiser died, and that cruiser just it just got obliterated. Wow. That is a hard mission, mostly because game is giving me such an incompetent gunners. That is absolutely ridiculous. I absolutely couldn't hit anything. Right, so enemy is behind me. Let's see at my cruiser. It can do 25 knots. So if I would go down to full, then Saxony can go 24 and Bismarck can turn around. So with the full speed, let's see, Saxony has 8-inch guns, a lot of torpedoes with 9.4 kilometer range. Well, there is a chance to actually win this, but yeah, it's mostly based on luck this time, because obviously there we go, Saxony is again attacking the enemy, and I don't want her to attack the enemy because that will prove fatal. What I can do is to reduce the distance to the enemy and rush them. That might be the way to play it. All I need to do is to basically rush the enemy and kill that battle cruiser. But she needs to be close enough. Otherwise it won't work. So which one is that? That's the one. So I am going to rush this one in hope of killing her. If I can do that, that is going to be a quick mission. Okay, she is partially identified. I'm doing 24 knots in a rush. Enemy scored a nice hit on me, but I'm rapidly dropping distance. Okay, shells are bouncing off my ship. She is really fast, I have to give her that. So I need to really put an effort into killing her. She's 10.2 kilometers away. So let's slow the game down. Let's look at her. Penelope. Okay. So she can do 38.5 knots. That is absolutely ridiculous, if you ask me. Can absolutely outrun me. If I won't score a crippling hit on her very soon, I will be in a huge trouble. Yeah, that's the way to go with this mission. I really need to rush her. Otherwise, that is not going to work. Come on, Bismarck. Score that one hit. 25%. Come on. I need just one hit. 7.8 kilometers. Saxony can go with aggressive torpedo launch. Come on. Oh, engine 3 is damaged. However, Penelope is just 6.8 kilometers away. So I might be able to score a good hit on her. I need all guns trained on enemy battlecruiser because that's the only ship I need to sink. I got strong armor, so I can benefit from that. But that's all of my advantage. If I would try a long-range encounter with this ship, I would never be able to score a single hit on her. Even now I got 13% hit chance. It's absolutely ridiculous. That's how fast enemy is. Wow. It's either ship designer that went crazy or I'm really unlucky. And I just scored 23 hit. Wow, it's like I literally can't do anything against Penelope. Yeah, I really need to do something to damage her engines. Otherwise, it will be really, really bad. Wow. For some reason, enemy is having quite a lot of accuracy, while at the same time I can't hit anything. It's like I don't know what's going on, but my accuracy is way subpar compared to what it's supposed to be. Right, engine of Penelope is damaged. I'm doing way better than last time, which is very, very good. And with engine damaged, Penelope is going to be much easier target. Which doesn't mean that I will suddenly start hitting every shot. Still need some more. Especially that, yeah, right now torpedo ships are getting into the game. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So now I need to start torpedo beats. Yay. That is not helping me at all. Oh dear. Okay. My secondaries are killing enemy destroyer. Hopefully. Wow, that is weirdest way to deal with the enemy I've seen. And I still barely can hit the enemy. My secondaries is thankfully eating this destroyer. However, they are really, really close. Oh, and Saxony is taking a lot of beating. Okay, I need to avoid torpedo. Another engine on Penelope is damaged. However, I need to avoid torpedo. Yeah, Saxony needs to do something. Come on, Bismarck. Just sink Penelope before Saxony dies. Just do it for me. Wow, that is absolutely amazing. I just can't do anything. Okay. My shot doesn't appear to have good enough effect on Penelope, while at the same time Saxony is going down really, really, really fast. Okay, a torpedo has struck Bismarck. Can I finish off? Okay, whew, I won. Wow, that was a lucky one. That was a lucky victory, I have to admit that. And I had to repeat this mission. It is really, really hard mission when you design a German battleship as it was supposed to be designed. Obviously, normally players would go for radar 2. Players would maybe go with some sort of a balanced tech. I really need to have a look if that is going to change something. Yeah, I think it might actually make a lot of changes, because balance tech seems to have much more positive bonuses for that build. Anyway, I had supreme main guns and I managed to succeed in this mission. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you want to get informed about my new uploads, hit that notification bell button and don't forget to share your comments down below. Have a great day and see you all later. Latur, out.